welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking, thank you for joining in. Today is a little bit gloomy, so hopefully the lighting is okay and we will go through that video as smooth as possible. As you can see from the title, we're gonna talk about food today. And to put a little disclaimer out there, I am not the best cook. I am far from being the best cook. I'm just a girl who loves cooking and who recently started to love cooking. To be more clear, in very near past, when someone would ask me if I cook, I would be joking around and saying something like, oh, you know, I'm the best at ordering pizza. But yeah, it was like that for a very long time because I didn't like it, I wasn't enjoying the cooking process, and all of the kitchen situation was very messy in my eyes, so I was like avoiding it as much as I could. But now something has changed and I decided to share with you some tips that helped me to get in the process of cooking and to enjoy the process more. So hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Before we start, I wanted to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video, but more on that later. First thing, I really believe that you have to find a motivation for yourself. Why do you want to start cooking? Is that because you want to have a more healthy and balanced diet? Is that because you want to save money? Or maybe you want to learn a new skill? Or maybe it's just a hobby? Or what is that? You know, like just find a motivation that works for you. For me, that was a combination of a couple of things. First of all, when I kind of feel like I refer to New York way too much, but it just changed my life, whatever. But when I was still living in New York, for me, one of the motivations was to save money, obviously, because eating out, dining out in New York is pretty expensive. Another thing is that my boyfriend and I, we were cooking a lot of Turkish meals that is not so easy to find wherever you want. So we were living in Manhattan and there are obviously some like Turkish places, but you just sometimes miss your homemade, you know, some dish that is nowhere to be found. But motivation can change along the way. For me now, it's not only about money, and definitely it's not about finding Turkish food because I am in Turkey right now, so it's like it's easier than ever to just grab your phone and order some, you know, homemade actually cooked meal. But I really started believing that what I do at home tastes better. It's definitely still cheaper, and it just, I don't know, it's just a way of getting away from other things that I do daily. So for me, motivation has evolved along the way, but it still is good to find some. Second is that choose yourself one meal that is easier for you to prepare, that you are more likely to prepare at home, or that is less time consuming. Let's say for me, that's breakfast. I have probably 99% of my breakfasts at home because it just doesn't bother me to prepare a breakfast, not only for myself but for my loved ones as well. I just love that process overall. Planning at least one meal ahead is important. I am not the one who plans all the meals ahead. I really find it difficult, but at least one meal ahead really saves your time and energy, and more likely will save you from ordering food from somewhere else. So let's say if you want to have salmon at dinner, you either need to go and buy that salmon, or maybe you have some in the freezer, so you want to take that out for it to be ready at the dinner time to cook. So that kind of little preparation, not like a lot of preparation, but some little mindfulness will definitely help you to not be at least so confused when the dinner time arrives. The same thing goes for breakfast. Like if you want to have some overnight oats, you better do them at night, you know, for them to be more like tasty. The fourth tip is what still saves me from a lot of ordering in, and it's having a go-to food for every single meal. Let's say for me, for breakfast, it's definitely oatmeal. Oatmeal is the easiest thing and something that I am okay with having almost every single day. So if I don't know what I want to eat and I'm way too hungry to even decide or to kind of cook something more interesting or different, I'll definitely go for oatmeal because I know that I will like it anyway. And for dinner, that's almost all the time if, again, I don't know what I want to have and like I'm way too tired and I don't want to spend a lot of time cooking, that will be definitely some baked salmon and broccoli because it's the easiest thing ever. It's nutritious, it's delicious, it's so easy to prepare. All I do, I literally put frozen broccolis on a baking sheet and some salmon that I hopefully at this point took out of the freezer, and we mostly have some frozen salmon. So yeah, that's what I go for when I don't know what to eat and when I don't want to spend a lot of time preparing and creating a mess in the kitchen. That's it. 5 is make it fun. At least try to make it fun in the beginning. By making fun, I mean either cooking with someone you love, taking out the stigma of food preparation being a chore rather than like a hobby, as something, some sort of activity you will enjoy. And for me, that's sometimes either, you know, cooking with my boyfriend. I love that process. We sometimes take just at like our time to cook and to chat and to have some wine while cooking. Another thing is, on more daily basis, I love taking photos of food. I love going to, you know, farmers market or grocery shopping and taking photos of fruits, vegetables, and that's something that really makes me kind of happy about the process and helps me not to see this whole process just as a chore. I actually recently took a nice class on Skillshare called iPhone Food Photography, Styling and Shooting for Instagram by Melina Hammer. She is a food photographer and stylist and author. As you know, Skillshare is an online learning community for creative people that offers thousands of inspiring classes on topics like design, video, freelancing, illustration, lifestyle, and many more. Most classes are under the 60 minutes with short lessons that will definitely fit your schedule. You can take them in the morning, at night, whenever you want and wherever you want, which is the best part. If you click link in the description box, you will get 1 month of free trial on Skillshare, and you will be able to start learning right away after you finish this video. And I wanted to thank Skillshare once again for sponsoring today's video, and we are going slightly smoothly on our 6th tip. With the 6th fact, some may not agree, but I find it very helpful, and that's buying some frozen or pre-cut produces. I don't like dealing with cutting onion, you know. If you do, I don't like it, and that messes up everything for me. What I like to buy pre-cut or frozen is mostly either onion, maybe some shredded carrot, or I love to buy broccoli pre-cut, because when you buy broccoli, you have to eat it in a couple of days because it goes bad, I kind of feel like. So having frozen onion in my freezer just so handy, because whenever I don't know what to eat, I just go for it. Other things are frozen berries for our smoothies. 7 is important, and I realized that very late on the game is having right appliances is important. Since I bought my high-speed blender, the whole game changed, and I'm not even kidding. I do my nut milk, I do there some soups, bowls, smoothies, everything that could possibly done in a high-speed blender, I do that, and that changed all the rules. Having good knives is important if you're like cutting your veggies and you're not having some hard time with that. That is important, I think. So investing in right appliances is nice. I know it sometimes might be a little pricey, but believe me, you will save that money on the food you won't buy from the stores anymore. 8 is either meal prepping, which I don't really like, or cooking that way that you will have some leftovers for a couple of days more. So the whole meal prep concept, I still am trying to get used to it, and I'm having some hard time because it just seems a little bit too much work. Maybe, I don't know, for me. Having some leftovers definitely saves the game, because sometimes I like to combine all the leftovers I have in one plate and have them, and that way you once again stop yourself from ordering food in. And you know, like if you are someone who enjoys meal prepping, go for it. I am still trying to get used to that. Okay, 9 is definitely optional, but that's what helps me, you know. I love buying some nice kitchenware, tableware, and that's what motivates me to cook, because when I know that I will have that smoothie bowl in a nice bowl, or that soup in a nice bowl, or whatever in a nice tableware, I go for it. I get excited. I love that. I love some aesthetic pieces. I love taking photos of my food. So for me, that is a sort of motivation to cook more. You know, kind of similar to buying some new sportswear to go to the gym and that kind of stuff. But it's optional. And the last but definitely not least, give yourself some time. Don't expect to go from 0 to 10 right away. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna get sick of cooking if you have never cooked in your life and you are trying to cook every single meal. Every single meal. You will get bored of it, you know, it's normal. So try to start with one meal, maybe a couple of meals per week, maybe then just cooking all your breakfasts or all of your dinners. And give yourself some time, be patient, try to enjoy the process, try to enjoy the way. So yeah, thank you for joining in, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to click the link in the description box to try 1 month free of Skillshare. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!